Hi, I am Casey, and this is my organizational structure for USD 489, which is the school district that I currently work in. I believe that my school district uses a functional human resource structure, which basically means that each position reports directly to a manager or someone higher up than them, and then that person reports to a chief officer or someone even higher up. So, as a teacher, I report to the assistant principal and school principal. They report to the superintendent. And so it is in that kind of hierarchy. Okay, so the functional structure. So our district starts with the Board of Education, which sets standards for the schools and superintendents and administrators, and they advocate for concerns that the community may have. And then next up is the superintendent who hires staff, monitors student success, and develops a vision for the school. Our superintendent is big on setting that vision, making sure it's a little bit different every year, making sure that everybody in the school district is aware of it and that we're all working towards the same vision and goal. After the superintendent is the assistant superintendent slash director of curriculum. And she is responsible for overseeing the curriculum development. That's a big part of it. And she handles staffing and budget plans. And then over on the right, I have MTSS coach. Our MTSS coach goes to all the different schools and talks about MTSS, those strategies that we can use for our students, all students, and then our students that need that extra help, and then the severely students that need that extra help. Um, so over on the left, I started with the district leadership team and the building leadership team. So BLT is a few students from, or not a few students, a few teachers and administrators from each school that come together and they talk about the school, how we're doing, how we can improve, and then they go to a few of them go to the DLT, which is the district leadership team, and they discuss as a district what are things that need to be changed and how can we improve. And, and then I have the director of special education who oversees the special education programs and services in the district. That our director is in charge of the assistant director of special education, who is responsible for hiring and supervising general education or special education teachers. And then we have special education teachers underneath the assistant, who is responsible for teaching our special education students, working together, things like that. So then we have our technology director, who is in charge of planning, purchasing, and installing technology systems in the district. They also make sure that schools are compliant with state and federal regulations that regard the tech in regards to the technology. Our technology director is in charge of the student software systems admin, as well as the instructional technology specialist. So our student software systems admin is responsible for finding technology that we can use for our students and different technology apps or websites or systems that can benefit our students. And then the instructional technology specialist, that person is in charge of just technology that we can use in the district in general, that teachers can use, maybe students can use as well, but it's kind of ways that teachers can better instruct students. So then the superintendent is also in charge of school principals. School principals are in charge of a lot of people in the district. So at my school, the principal is going to be in charge of the assistant principals, athletic director, and office staff. That is who those three people are report to, basically. And our principal is in charge of ensuring the school environment is safe, and that he oversees the daily activities and operations within the school. So our principal is all over the place. He goes to the football games, he goes to meetings after school, IEPs. He's always making sure that everyone is okay and are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Our assistant principal is in charge of supervising, evaluating teachers, disciplining students, managing curriculum. Our athletic director is also an assistant principal. And so I have them on the same line, but our athletic director is going to be in charge of the coaches, um, getting people signed up to work games, getting referees, things like that. Our assistant principals, after that goes teachers, and then pairs and support staff, and then students. Whereas with the athletic director, he's in charge of the coaches, and then those coaches are in charge of the assistant coaches. Um, and then I have HR coordinator over on the right, and that person oversees employment issues, compensation, any employee relations, and our HR specialist, payroll specialist, and public relations all report to the HR coordinator. So our HR specialist consults with employers to identify hiring needs, and then they are in charge of hiring people. Our payroll specialist oversees timesheets and payroll processing, and then public relations evaluates advertising and promotion programs. So kind of that advertisement aspect that you see in schools. So that's my organizational structure for my school district. I actually learned a lot about my school and the structure of the leadership that goes on because I knew a lot of these positions existed. I just never really knew um, who kind of led who. Like, I didn't know that the student software systems administrator was above the instructional technology specialist. And so this was really interesting. And I got to talk with a bunch of different teachers that knew kind of the order. And so I really enjoyed this assignment.